Hello everyone, I'm Damien, Community Manager of Airlines Manager, and I will be your host for this live Q&A. I'm so pleased to give you the opportunity to learn more about the upcoming feature, Alliances. We've got plenty to see today, so let's get started. Hi, for this live, I'm going to be with Enna, our Product Marketing Manager, and Thierry, our developer, working on Alliances. And we're going to answer some of the questions you sent us on Facebook and on Discord, but also some from the chat. So please send them. And if you stay until the end of this 20-minute live Q&A, we will get you a special voucher code for a gift in Airlines Manager. So please stay.
Hi, I'm Anna. I'm the Product Marketing Manager here at Plairion, which means I'm in charge of the marketing team.
And I'm also with Thierry, who you might have seen in the dev blogs that we made during the summer about Alliances. If you haven't, please do. They are on our YouTube channel. Hello Thierry.
Hello Damien, Anna, and hi everybody. Welcome on this live Q&A. I'm happy to be here once again to talk about the upcoming feature, the Alliance, that I'm working on.
So I've got the first question. What is an Alliances, and how did the idea come along? Also, do you need a premium AIM Gold to be on an Alliance?
Right, so an alliance is actually a group of individual players who come together around a common interest. Of course, you all have the interest of Airlines Manager, but we're trying to put together an alliance that will help players evolve their companies faster as one group. So the goal is actually to create a real community and share knowledge, as well as develop their ideas and develop their alliances together. So being a part of an alliance will allow you to communicate easier with each other and with your members of the group. So you can, of course, you will be able to communicate in the app directly, or you will be also able to progress the alliance in the alliance ranking system. So we got the idea from the real world group, so real world alliances that exist. We used to have an old version of Alliances, which was available on the web on the Pro, but now we're bringing it to mobile on Tycoon and Pro. So we will have it on mobile and on web. To answer the question about premium subscription, you don't have to be a part of the AIM Gold to have access to the Alliance feature, but in the future, we may develop some special exclusive feature options only for the AIM Gold members. It's not in the works at the moment, but it's something that might come up as time goes by.
Okay, thank you, Anna. Now I have a question from OAG Alliance, and it's for Thierry. Is the Alliance feature fully accessible in the mobile also?
Yeah, so currently it's only available on the Pro version and on web.
Mm-hmm.
We are bringing it to all the platforms and all the modes. We'll start on Tycoon only, and mobile and web, of course, and we'll be developing the Pro version a bit later on.
And do we have an idea about the timeline? A lot of people ask us the question about the date, including in the chat. Top Das Galaxias in the chat is asking, my question would be what day will be the update, please?
Right, so I have some really big and great news to share during this Q&A, and I'm gonna have two big announcements to make actually. So I would first like to clarify the two terms that we're gonna be using in the Q&A so there is no confusion. The first term is a closed beta. So this is going to be a limited amount of chosen players who are going to be joining into a beta of the feature Alliances to help us eliminate any bugs and also to give us some feedback as the first closed beta members. A massive beta is a term that's going to be used during the Q&A throughout. It's once all of the players who are currently in Airlines Manager have access to the feature on Tycoon, but there is a limited amount of alliances that you're actually able to create. So it's like a first come, first serve basis, and they will be able to create them in the beginning. You can create a private or you can create a public alliance. So the official beta testing is the first big news that I would like to share during this live. We will start having a closed beta from the 18th of October onwards. You'll be able to apply to be a part of our closed beta, which is going to be on mobile on Tycoon in the beginning. So you can apply via form on Facebook, Twitter, and Discord, which will be shared just after. I believe it may have just been shared by our team here. And afterwards, you will actually become a part of the closed beta. We will run through the closed beta until mid-November, where we will go into the massive beta. So that will mean that all of the members are going to be able to become a part of an alliance, as long as, you know, they're within the alliances that have been created by the first creators. And it's going to be on web and mobile on Tycoon mode. In the upcoming 3 months, so from November until about February, we're going to be developing the professional version. So this is going to take us a couple of, months to work on, while we bug test and while we update the feature with the feedback you've been giving us. Another very important thing to say is that the alliances that currently exist, so it's going to take us some time to update to the newer feature, but we're going to be able to do this during massive beta, while we're also actually working on developing some additional things, such as, for instance, a marketing campaign within the alliance.
Okay. Thierry, you mentioned the donation system during the dev blogs, and we've got several questions about it. So one of the members of the JLA Alliance asked us, how will the donation system work, and how much can I donate, maximum and minimum?
Okay, so yes, first there will be a donation system in the Alliance feature. It will be developed in the 3 months that we are running the massive beta. And while we are also developing the pro mode. So, as Anna said, we start with a closed beta starting on the 18th of October, then a massive beta on Tycoon mode, web and mobile, mid-November, and we'll be working on the pro version until February or March. Once we are confident that this feature is ready for both modes, we will start the donation system will become available. How it will work, it will not allow players to exchange money, gifts or planes between Airlines members. It's something different. You will be able to give money to your Alliance funds, and with those funds you can use it in the new feature, such as a marketing campaign that we will talk about next year. If you want to exchange property in the meantime, you can use the second-hand market.
Okay, thank you for these precisions. One of the questions that came the most is about group purchases, including in the chat. Are the group purchases discount bigger than the maximum discount in research, or does this feature not exist anymore? And we've got Aviation22 and Alexis Lemaire. They are asking, will you keep group purchases? So what's the deal about group purchases?
Right, so that's a big question. I've got some news to share on this one. So first of all, the subsidies for a new player who has joined us actually are higher than the discounts that you can receive being a part of an alliance, which actually means that purchasing a plane as a solo player will be cheaper than purchasing it through an alliance. So, of course, you can still use a second-hand market feature, which is a very good opportunity to get planes at discounted prices. But that actually unfortunately means that the group purchases will no longer be available because it's a feature that has become redundant, which does not mean that we're not focusing. We are focusing on new ways of expanding the gameplay, and this is going to come after the massive beta in the future.
Okay, and I have some more concrete questions about alliances, and they are for you, Thierry. How do we make an alliance? How do we join one? And how will we be able to recruit? How can I become an alliance member? Thierry, could you tell us more?
Yeah, so in order to manage an alliance, you can find it on the map menu, where you have the finder and the expansion. From there, you can create, join or manage your alliance. The creation of an alliance will cost a few M coins, but joining one will be free. To recruit players, there is several options. some in-game, and you can also use our official Discord. To invite a player, you can share your island's code, which is unique, either with your social media or in private messages. And to join an alliance, you just have, if it's a public one, you can just join any alliance or one you've been invited. If it's a private one, you have to be accepted or declined. There is a process for that. And otherwise, you can join our official Discord server, Airlines Manager Official. There will be a dedicated server for alliance recruitment once the feature is released in massive beta.
Okay, so see you in Discord. Okay, I've got a big question. Bonjour mes amis. Hello fellow French. So how do roles work? Can we change them? And how does the donation system work? And please announce the release date. Okay, so we've already answered about donation system and the date, but let's focus on role. How will the roles work, Ina?
Right. So another big question for me. So once you've actually created an alliance, you will become the director. You will get the role of the director of this alliance. That means that you have all of the rights within the alliance to do the management of other roles, as well as assign rights to other roles that you have given out. So once you're trying to actually assign rights, you will have several rights that you can assign. For instance, you can assign the right to another member of your alliance to ban any other alliance member. You will be assigning rights, of course, only to the people in your alliance whom you trust and you have the confidence in to do these sorts of things. Another important thing that you could do if you have the correct rights is, for instance, write a message on the whole wall for the whole alliance, which is going to ping all of the other members, which means it's going to get a notification, and this message is going to be in a different color. It's going to be something that's bolded so everyone sees it on time. You could also accept or decline any candidates who apply to be a part of your alliance, as long as it's a private alliance. If it's a public one, they're automatically accepted in it and they can write on the wall. You can give rights to any other members to actually create and manage other roles, if you trust them enough to do that. But we're also looking to develop the feature further and give roles, some more things that we're working on. For instance, something that we're planning to bring during the massive beta, so from mid-November onwards, is to have a feature where if the director of the alliance is no longer present, there will be a voting system to vote a different director of the alliance in. But of course, this is something that's going to come up a little later on.
So you've talked about roles, but let's talk about communication and the chat. And I've got two questions for Thierry. How will the interaction between the members within the alliance work? Will there be a chat function? And is there going to be a global chat for all players, not just alliances?
Okay, so in terms of general communication in an alliance, you can use, so there is this chat. First, you need to invite a player to your contact list. To do so, you need his player ID, and you send him an invite, and then he can accept it. And once you've both accepted it, once you're connected, you can start the communication. In the chat, you can also invite someone to your alliance directly in the system. And there is an alliance wall, alliance chat, where you can talk to all your members, the members of your alliance. There is the block feature, as Anna mentioned, where you can block people that are annoying you. And we develop a tag system, either to mention a player or an alliance role, that will send notification to people that have been tagged. And finally, you can reply to any message you want. To the question if there will be a global chat for everyone, not just the alliance, the answer is no. Only the chat alliance has this possibility to talk with several people. But if you want to discuss with the rest of the community, you can join our official Discord channel.
Okay, let's talk about a huge topic. Let's talk about Miles. Miles, so there will be the new unit for the Alliance ranking. We gave some of the info in the dev blogs, but there are still some questions. And Anna, will Miles be based on unique hubs or unique routes? And is there any negative points?
Another big question.
Yeah.
Okay, so the system of miles is actually based on several things. So first of all, one player's accidents or incidents within the game and the player's routes. So the number of incidents that their company has, as well as the level of incidents, is going to impact the miles. So the more incidents a single player within the alliance has, the more or less they're going to impact the miles that they're bringing to their own alliance. It can go down to 0 mile minimum. The mile system is also linked to something that we're calling the harmony ratio within the game, which means basically the route redundancy within an alliance. Just to be very clear on what we mean about route redundancy. So this actually means that the more of the members in the alliance have the same route that they're using, the more it's going to negatively impact the harmony ratio, which ultimately impacts the ranking of your overall alliance.
Okay. So we have a few more questions, and this one is for Thierry. What is the feature going to bring to the players?
Okay, so our vision of Alliance was to develop a system with a social aspect of the group being forward. That's why we invest our effort on developing a private chat as well as a public one for the whole alliance, where you can discuss with your alliance and make your strategy, for example. This is the first benefit of what we created. The second thing we wanted is a realistic ranking system and the fairest possible one. We are very focused on delivering a fair system in which every alliance has a chance to come first by working together.
Okay, so we're gonna take some questions from the chat, and the first one is there some new airports or plane coming? And Anna, can you answer it?
Yes, I'll take this one. So we are currently working on bringing in a new plane. I'm not sure if I should be saying which one, but
come on.
All right. So
It's a
he's
community
convinced
favorite.
me. If you're a part of our AM Gold system, you will soon have a workshop where we'll have a 747 SP available. It's going to be for the AM Gold members. Get the AM Gold membership. Eventually, it's going to also come in different aspects of the game, but I'm not going to reveal too much. We're also working on, bringing new planes and airports in the future. As you know, we've been starting a lot of live events in the game, so we're working on bringing new stuff all the time.
And that's our first legendary airplane. So that's huge. And I've got a question from Mr. Green. He's asking, does this mean existing alliances get reset? This one is for you, Thierry.
Yeah, so existing alliances are in pro, and yes, there will be a reset during the mass release after the beta, but they'll keep their member and their name.
Okay.
And of course, the number of members has been pushed to 50, so there can be 50 members to the alliance. Yes.
Okay, and this question marks the end of our live. So thank you both for joining me here, and thank you everyone for following us. I hope you are as hyped as we are for the upcoming beta. Before we leave, we've got a final gift for you. So you can all use this code in Airlines Manager now, so you can earn a free plane with an exclusive livery. But be swift, because this code expires in 24 hours. So thanks for tuning in, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.